Now, usually what we do in other softwares, like the mining packages, for example, like Serpac, Vulkan, MineSite, Datamine, or whatever, or Micromine. So what we do is we create the geological model, and then just to use the wireframes of certain formation as a domain for interpolation. So we know, for example, that the gold could only exist in this formation. So we are going to carry our interpolation inside this formation, or what we call domain. Um, and then what we use that to create what we call a block model that will be used for resource estimation and for pit optimization and stuff like that. Maybe I'm digging into details. Some of you maybe are going to use this model for hydrogeology or whatever. So if you're going to use this model for other things other than the mining, all you have to do now is to export this to like an FAM model for, like, for example, for fee flow or mod flow, and you can use that for your hydrogeology simulation. You can just add some attributes like the permeability, for example, and different hydrogeology attributes to the different layer in here, and carry on with your simulation. But if you are into the mining or any other thing that requires you to estimate something like the tonnage in here, or the volume or something like that. That's why we've imported the assay data for the gold to show you an example. So GeoModeler doesn't use what we call block model, but it uses what we call grids and meshes. So the first thing that we need to do, let's go and hide this model first of all. And the first thing that we need to do is let's hide the drill hole too. Let's go and uh, right click on this one, and field compositing, and fields to data points mesh. So what we are going to do is see these assay samples that we have. We are going to turn these into what we call data points for mesh. So we are going to use these points later on to interpolate the values inside of them inside the model that we have. So that's the first thing we are going to create. And as you can see that inside all of these drill holes, what we have only one field that we've defined when we created the when we imported the assay data. So that's the AU, which stands for gold, and click on OK. And now you can see that there's a plus sign in here, which means that we have data. So this is the drill hole fields, and you can see that we have the AU, and that's the gold. Now, a good thing to do when we are doing resource estimation, because we didn't do any compositing in here, because that's advanced stuff, and we use other softwares to do this. So what we can do here is to make this estimation good, we can normalize these values. So if you guys are familiar with mathematical operation, what is the function that we use to normalize data? Okay, I'll let you think about it for a moment while I do that. So we go to here and go to compute in new field. So this is, you can consider this as some sort of a folder. Inside of it we have different attributes. For example, now we have the values of the AU in here, which are actually what we derived from the assay data. And now we are going to do some mathematical operation on these values in here. So it's the log of the AU that's going to normalize the data. That's the answer for that. So we go to here and create a new field, and you can see we have some sort of a calculator in here, and we have all the attributes. In our case we have only one, which is the AU. So what we can do is we do the ln of the AU, and that's our field. We are going to compute this one. We Sorry, I'm using my laptop, that's not clear in there. But okay, let's call this the log AU. Okay, and click on OK. Sorry, there's a problem there. Compute a new field, and we are going to go for log of AU, and we close. Make sure to use the operators inside the calculator in here, and not use the one on your keyboard, because sometimes that's going to give you error. So let's go and create click on OK, and you can see that this one is new field, but we can yeah, leave it as a new field. So that's the log of AU, and we can visualize that. You can go to right click and field visualization manager, and let's view these 3D shapes in 3D, and click on OK. And these are actually the fields that we have after we normalize them. Okay, now what we can do is we are going to interpolate these, and that's what we are going to do in the next video.